Okay, this is the craziest setup I've ever had. So let me know how it sounds. Like, look at all these cameras. This is insane. So if this works, I'm going to go play the lottery. Okay. We're talking about bread. Okay. Anybody? Can you hear me? Can you? Yeah? No? Okay. This is nuts. This is nuts. I'm just turning all the volumes down. Okay, you can hear. That's a miracle. Oh, thanks. You like my shirt? I'd rather be in Avonlea. Ain't that the truth? Okay. This is crazy. Crazy. I mean, how else are we going to do a studio tour? How else? Okay. We'll see. It is literally all cell phones. I'll have to get me a lotto ticket, right? Hear me and see me. No, seriously. Kimmy, for reals. For reals. Mm-hmm. No kidding. It's really not impressive. It's cell phones and a really bad web. This one's a webcam. But thanks. How's everybody? I never watched that Road to Avonlea because the only Anne of Green Gables or Avonlea adjacent has to have Megan Follows in it, or I don't watch. So we don't trade in cell phones in this house. They just come to me. I'm good now because I have 2 additional. I have my own. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. Yes. Subscribe and stuff. And like and boop. A boop is a like. Did you all get to watch the new video that landed today? I hope you like it. I thought, YouTube is a pain in my you-know-who-what. I really thought it would do better than it's doing. But no tech problems yet. No, none yet. Can you still hear me, y'all? Oh, Susan, you loved it? Oh, good, Kathy. I'm glad. Okay, thank you for liking it. You all know I've been on the struggle bus with this platform for like 2 years now. So, it's just, yeah. Am I a bit tired? I did not sleep well last night. Does it show? Okay. Yeah, so watch it. Thank you. Give it a boop. Comments are super helpful. So even just a little emoji, super helpful. So I would love that. Yes, Michelle. It is one that you want to focus on. It is fun to watch it once through because it's short. And then prepare to sit down and paint. Switched over to the live. I know. And I didn't want to have it actually go live today, but I'm so late with a new video. And there was a whole debacle with a sponsor that was supposed to be a sponsor, but yeah, so it had to go live this morning. Susan, I love it. I love it. Oh, Arba, Nicole, thank you. I wear my heart on my face. No, I'm good. I was over a friend's house this morning. I was helping her with her plants. So she needed a plant doctor. So I was over there, and I rushed home, got home around 1:15, had to eat something, and then I had to like get this setup going. My eyes are better. My eyes are better. Yeah, last week I was like, blech, and I'm better. But thank you for remembering and asking. Thank you, Gwen. I appreciate that. Yeah, okay. Down syndrome boutique jeweler. Yeah, we're experimenting with this like a shorter tutorial, a more focused tutorial, but where we repeat and slow-mo parts, because the feedback we've gotten is that it's super helpful to actually really get the technique and to really understand what I'm showing you. Plant store in Detroit. Oh, I think I know that plant store. But maybe, I mean, maybe not. Yeah, you like reflections. You like the slow-mo. Aw, Jennifer. I don't think I blended enough. I don't think I blended. Katie, can't wait to get and use the paint and brushes I ordered from you. I hope your snow situation is better. Oh yeah, our snow situation has settled down. I mean, we still have a ton of snow on the ground, you know, but it's stopped like snowing all the time, which is cool. Oh, excuse me. I'm dehydrated, not bored. Hence the yawn. Okay, you liked the slow-mo as a new, yeah, and honestly, that's always the feedback. So we're trying that out. The last time I posted one like that, it did really, 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 really well. So I repeated that format, and it didn't repeat the performance. But all that said, anytime, if you're new here and you're like, who is this girl? And she's just complaining. We're just a community. We're chatting. I'm probably going to have this one edited because otherwise it's going to be completely chaotic to watch on the replay no matter what I do. But we chit chat at the beginning of the lives. We just, like, we're friends. We are friends. Okay. Oh, your Wi-Fi is acting up. So it's not me like complaining in like a you haven't done enough kind of way, if you understand. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jillian. Thank you. I appreciate that. I live for these moments. See, I got another like veiled, like gnarly veiled comment. You know, the painting like last week. The painting doesn't start until 50 minutes in, so fast forward because I got bored. You know, sensitive goofball that I am. I know people who don't really know me that well. I'm terrible with flowers. Always forget to water them. Waste of money for me. Sorry. If they were here for, I know, they would not be bored if they were here for the live. Nicole, if you want to go ahead and share, I'd rather you share it in your words, and then I can be like a supporting soul here. But feel free. I know. They'll never be, I know. I just need to be okay with it. Maybe I never will be. It's okay. Oh my gosh, I need to take a drink because y'all are going to think I'm yawning because I'm bored of you. Well, I appreciate that. More than you know. Thrifty, hello. I kind of said hi, but then kind of like didn't. So hi. Everybody make sure you say hello to Thrifty Apprentice. Make sure you click through, let a separate screen pop up, and subscribe to his channel. He is a wealth of knowledge and inspiration and insight. And we are blessed to have him as our official mod, even though I don't have him set up that way on this channel because I keep forgetting. Oh, my back's hurting. Is anybody new? Anybody new? Anybody first time? And you're like, what is going on up in here? Thrifty, remind us when the new sketchbooks are dropping. I wonder if I can like add you right now as we speak. Let's see, go to settings. Oh, but then I'd have to announce your email address. I'm not going to do that. Oh, but I have your email address. I don't need to announce anything. Community moderation channel, managing moderators. Oh, here we go. Thrifty print. What's happening? What are you called? Not first time watching, but first time making a live. Okay, well, welcome. Oh, it's the Thrifty. See, I'm on my desktop, which I'm not usually. So I might be able to do this. I don't know if it will. Okay, stop saying no users found. You're right there. Okay, Thrifty, I just made you a moderator on this channel. So maybe if you refresh, you'll be able to see it. Yes, friends. So our friend Nicole here in the community shared with me a few weeks ago her diagnosis. And she invited me, you know, gave me permission to share, but I just felt I wanted y'all to hear it from her words and from her, you know, heart. So I am actively praying for Nicole. She is in active treatment. Nicole, I know there's another package on its way to you. Well, at least it should be on its way to you, but it's definitely on Kristen's radar if it hasn't left the building yet. It indeed is something that's on her list. So some things to hopefully keep you creative when you have the energy and wherewithal. So if you are a prayer, friends, I would invite you to pray for peace, pray for just for the body to do what we know our Maker has knit us together to do. You know, for the body to be strong, for the cell, all the, you know, he knows every cell in your body, Nicole, and he knit them together. And so I pray in Jesus' name that in his holy power, you are well. So, amen. Thank you, everyone. Yes, hope and prayers. Hope and prayers, indeed. Yes, supernatural peace in the process. Amen. Hallelujah. Let it be done because, yeah, indeed. All right, friends, I have a little bit of mail, I believe. Where'd it go? It's from Bindi. Love Bindi mail. Bindi Desai. Bindidesai. If you don't follow Bindi, get on that. Mail call. Let's see what I got to open this. I'm gonna try to move this camera here. Eat. All right, let's see here. Please do not bend. I always get nervous putting like a please do not bend on something because then I'm like, do they just like bend it just to be, you know, or like fragile. Like that's the scariest. Don't put fragile on your packages because then I feel like, you know. You did? You watched that yesterday, Michelle? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That was a chaotic live, wasn't it? That was fun though. That was fun. Okay. Yes, this is her plant energy calendar. Ah, I'm so excited for this. So excited. I'm going to put this here and we're going to put it down a little. No, we're not. I told you I'm going to have this edited because it's going to be entirely too chaotic for anything else. All right. Plant. Ooh, I'm going to try to save this nice little situation here of bubble wrap because it's a nice piece. I've been trying to be more conscious of reusing things, just to go off topic, you know, for the first of a million times today. What is happening? So now, anytime we get packing materials, I make bins of them and we're reusing them because it's just nonsense to make all that garbage. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. What is happening? Plant energy. Do y'all see this? Like what? What? Yeah. What's happening? Come on now. Isn't that so gorgeous? I'm here for it. All right, let's take a look. Bindi Desai. All right. Oh, I love that. So it's got sayings. Let me just put it here so you can see it well. Resilience in rest. You're allowed to do less and still be growing. I love the style of this artwork. Love that lasts. True love is slow and steady. It's so pretty. Isn't that? Yeah. How nice is that, right? And I tried to pay for it and she wouldn't let me pay for it. Make space to grow. Oh my gosh, Bindi. It's gorgeous. I think she has some left, so. And then you could like frame these after. They almost look like a perfect, like, well, it's bigger than an 8x10, but. Oh, look at this one. This little boo-boo's on like a trellis. Thrive anywhere, even in less than perfect conditions, you find your way. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I know. And cancel on mail means, Yes. Yes, get your memos. Honor your rhythms. Oh my word. This is so good. Anyway, it took everything in my soul to not open this when it arrived because I knew what it was because she said she was sending it. Vulnerability is strength. Oh, gotta love the begonia. And the Maranta, the prayer plant. This might be my favorite. I'm digging the Maranta. Sacred stillness. I talked about that, not in this week's email, but previous weeks about silence. How are y'all feeling about my emails? I'm trying a new format. I have like a kind of a message from Kristy at the beginning of the newest emails. Do we like it? I just felt like my emails were getting way too salesy, either salesy or just like boom, 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 boom. This is what's happening this week. Do. And I was just like, that is just not my ethos. I'm not sure what's happening because we're kind of new to sending out consistent emails. We've only been doing it for like a year, maybe. Anthurium. Okay, I love this one. Oh, I love this one too. cactus. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This looks like a prickly pear. Bloom in your own season. Well, yeah. Oh, Bindi, thank you so much. If you ever are watching this, thank you for all the plant energy because, well, you know, if you know, you know. Oh my gosh, reflections. I have those too. I have those too. And I wonder now, so they brought me back because they saw something and I had to get the ultrasound. But now they don't just automatically do an ultrasound every year. So that concerns me. Do you know, is there something I should say to my doctor? Like, no. Like, can I demand the added layer of checking every year? Because I asked about it this year or last year when I had it, and they're like, no, you're good. That made me concerned. Like, no. All right, friends. I think that's all my mail. Mail's been slow. Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like I need to demand it and just be like, this is ridiculous. Like, you're telling me I have thick boobs, and you can't see everything. Can we be a little proactive here? Yours does it automatically now because you have the dense. Yeah, okay. I am totally going to demand it then. Be like, nope. Figure it out. Figure it out, insurance. Figure it out. Yeah. Sorry for the gentleman in the room, but, you know. They'll deny it at first and then require the doctor. Okay. Thank you, Kaylin. I mean, this is a different one. You know, this is just the mammo. It's not through my primary, that doc. It's not through her. Yeah. That's true. That's true, Thrifty. No family history. None. Of no cancer, breast or otherwise, which is a miracle these days. Yeah. Sorry. I got this sweater is very furry, and I'm always like, yeah. All right, so I'm not sure how to do this. Like, what do you all want to see? I'm going to do an intro. I'm trying to get my heater out of the photo here, out of the shot. Let's put this on low. What? Well, the tour hasn't started. We're still in chatty mode. But seriously, friends, I am going to start. I'm going to do the official intro. But what do you want to see? The way I... Okay. I have pets. Favorite supplies, how you organize, keep my magic cups. Yeah, that would be out in the house. So, well, I have one here actually. Well, I'll show you the first one. This is my desk. So literally right here are my monitors, but let me do the intro. Yeah, you're just in time, Gen X. Yeah, and I have cameras and I have a handheld. So okay, I'm going to do an intro and then we'll go from there. If you're new here, some of my lives I have edited because they'll be very annoying to watch on replay if they're not. So after the chatting is done, I do the official intro and then it gets edited up to that point. All right, here we go. Get my shirt front and center here. All right. Friends, welcome to my studio. My name is Kristy Rice, and I am obsessed with watercolor, and I have been blessed to make a career out of my art for the last 23 years. In 2020, this home studio became my permanent studio. My other business, Momental Designs, has its own studio now, about 1,000 feet up my driveway. We're not going to be going there today. We're just going to do a tour of my home studio. Folks have been asking in the community. They want to see how I store my supplies. They want to see anything. They just want to looky-loo around. And so that's what we're going to do today. I have several cameras set up, so we'll see how this works. And yeah, I think it's going to be pretty fun. Okay. Momental. You want to see Momental? That would be another day. Yes. Nosy by design. Hey. So someone asked about like where I keep my magic cups. And if you're new here, a magic cup is, it doesn't have to be a cup, but it's essentially a vessel that holds kind of on-the-go art supplies, and you stash them around your home in places that you are existing often. And so this is my computer desk. I have two monitors right here, and there's this little cubby like right where my hands are disappearing. And I have a magic tray. And in this one, I have Aviva watercolor sheets. I have a bunch of watercolor paper. I have a Faber-Castell Pitt pen. What else? I have a little mixing. I actually put a little glue dot on it so it doesn't shift around. So a little mixing palette. I have some paint. These are great. If you ever get, like if you order handmade watercolors from somebody, they often will send like these little dot cards. Put them in your magic tray. You can do a magic cup. You can do a magic pouch. We're hearing a lot about like living the analog life, going back to cozy crafting. We've even heard about the analog bag. It started late 2025 and now it's all the rage in 2026. Yesterday on Instagram, I saw what did they call it? The comfort tray. The comfort tray. So it was a tray that you like put a snack on, you put a craft on, you put a book on, and you set it like next to you on the couch. And I'm like, I still say, I've been doing that. My magic, okay, when did my hardcover book, the Free Spirited Watercolor come out? Because that's when I officially introduced the magic cup to the world. Y'all, us watercolor artists know where it's at. We've been doing this analog thing for years, all right? For years. So anyway, there's one of my magic cups. This one's a tray. Okay, so over here, I have all my palettes, most of my palettes. Over here, I have, well, let's just open her up. This I got from Anthropologie on clearance because I don't buy from Anthropologie unless it's on clearance. Hi, Kirsten. Okay. Because, you know, I got kids to put through college, for heaven's sake. So this cabinet is kind of like a catch-all. Like, let me unplug for a hot minute. All right. Let me just show you. This cabinet is like a serious catch-all. I'm going to put this on the big screen because nobody wants to see all of that. All right. This one's a catch-all. I'm try to zoom out here so you can see the full scope of it. I've got my Sarah Renee Clark color cubes, the new ones. I've gotten through one box. It's that one up there. But this is a catch-all. For example, these are all the supplies that I'm using to film all the project box videos that we just sold on Palmstreet. Down here, oh, this is a good one. These are all my granulating paints that I have organized because I am still planning and scripting a massive granulating paint video. I mean, there is some wild stuff in yeah. Like wild stuff in here, y'all. You can't even see that. These are like those chameleon type paints. Stuff that I haven't even tried yet. This is from, oh, these are from, I'm trying to remember. Oh my gosh. Who are these from? It's the French paint maker. Y'all, what's her name? Does anybody recognize the packing? Maybe you received the packet. Maybe that packaging. Oh, here we go. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so many granulators down here. I have to get on it. I think this is another one from the French paint maker. This is probably a really annoying angle, is it not? How's this feeling for everybody? And I'm trying to do it with one hand and it's not working. Look at those. I think, was this YE paints? I don't think so. Anyway, I often will stash in this little corner here anything that I'm working on, but that's in progress for a video. These are my empty vintage palettes. Does anybody want to see those? I can pull those out. I'm ready for the apocalypse. Oh my gosh. The project boxes, yes! So ready for the video with, yeah. Okay, all right. Let me get this stable. Hello. See, this is why this video must be edited. There's no way it cannot be edited. So yeah, I know y'all been asking about like how I store, how I organize. These boxes, you can get them on Temu, but be careful because they're not always cheapest on Temu. So like, I don't know, search for like Click Top. Actually, I'll put a link in the description for y'all. I love these. So they click open and this comes completely off and they're clear. You can see what you're looking at. I love them. I love them, love them, love them. All right. So I'll just show you some of these. This is where I come when I've got a new palette and I'm like, okay, I need a place to put the paints. This one, I don't know what to do with it because the plastic, it's almost like maybe I just use it because the plastic doesn't come out, or maybe I pop these out and then put tube color in here. But I mean, the cover is so fire. Isn't that great? I know, I love clear storage. Yeah. This one, I've had so many of these over the years. This one is the copycat is so readily available. Right, I know. Yeah, the Temu is not always the most affordable. Some of you might remember this one when I did the tour of all my palettes. I love this one. Paint box, and it's all like really cool, slightly creepy illustrations. Just fantastic, right? Just fantastic. Anyway, we don't have to go through all these. Isn't she pretty? I have a problem. I have a problem. And y'all, I will tell you, my Palmstreet friends, I am always looking for big lots of vintage palettes. In fact, someone in the comment section here on YouTube said that she had a big lot of vintage watercolor palettes and asked if I wanted to buy them. And I was like, yes, please, yes, email me. And then I never heard from her. And I really, really wish she would email me. So if that was you and you're watching, please. Oh, isn't this one just a doll baby? She's just a doll baby, but I don't know what to do with her yet. And these are so cute. They come out. They come out. Of course, they don't come out when I ask them to. Anywho, all right. Oh, I bought this one from a community member, the Christmas theme. And I'm like, I haven't like I want to actually do like a Christmassy palette that's like golden and reds and like jewel tones and then like golds and silvers. I just haven't done it yet. Oh, nice. Jennifer says her cowboy tin from my sale fits all 108 Holbein. That's amazing. I'm so glad, Kirsten. Should put a dish rail around your room for your pretty. Oh, that would be pretty. And I've always tried to figure out how to display them. That's a really good idea. I love that. So anywho, and then a bunch of these are just teeny tinies. I love this size too. Love this size. This is very similar to some of the cigarette tins that you can get. Really nice size. So if this is the first time, if you're like sitting there, like I remember the first time that I saw someone with a vintage watercolor tin, I felt like my eyes have seen the glory of the coming. Like seriously, I thought I was like seeing a miracle of some sort, right? So eBay, Etsy, do your searches. I got some sketchbooks in here. This is a hot mess. This is also, this area I tend to put items that I haven't quite been able to show everyone yet. So right in here, that I've either been gifted and that I need to review, that kind of thing. Let me hold this a little better. And then my cutters are down there, and then some miscellaneous artwork, y'all. I'm really bad at this thing called vlogging style. Anyway, my books, one of my plants, which is about to bloom. I know y'all don't care, and I know this is not about plants, but she's gonna bloom, I think. See that? She's gonna pop with this big ball of flowers. I'm very excited. If you're new here, I am obsessed with plants. It is my backup hobby. It is my backup hobby. Ooh, this one got dried out. Yuck. Gotta break that off. This plant is also very like forward heavy, and I'm running the risk of knocking her down. So this is my little, this is supposed to be like my cute wall of, you know, my background wall, which it kind of is. It's just a little too far from my camera. Yeah. What's in here? I forget. No, I don't. All my watercolor paper. Not all of it. A lot of it, though. I have a problem. I have a serious problem. So much watercolor paper. But we can go over here. I have this cute little cabinet that my plants were on. This is where I'm a little more organized with my watercolor paper, my arches. And then this is like my iPad and my light box. I love these. These are cheap on Amazon. They're annoying though because you have to put them together. This is like a miscellaneous. Does anybody here remember these? The Art for Joystick, the watercolor spaces tablets that I had made. Does anybody remember these? And should I do these again? They were literally like embossed. Can you see that? Oh, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can bring it over here. They're embossed with shapes. Hold on, I'm gonna get the light. There, you see that? They're a pad of paper embossed with shapes. My Paint Crush sign in the studio. Yes, ma'am, it is. It's over on the window. Hold on. Yes, it is. My Hoya hasn't bloomed for me yet. So I did these. So there's a heart one. There is one that's all floral. And it's like, it's so you can paint or swatch. Let me see if I can try to get that to show itself. But instead of outlines, oh my gosh, this doesn't want to show up. Anyway, instead of outlines, it is letterpress. So it's like it's an indented kind of vibe. These are columns. Let's see if I can get those to show. there they are. You see them? The columns. They're so cool. I love them. And then the last one are ovals. Ooh, this one has a sheet that's torn out. There, look at that. Should I do them again? I think they're pretty cool. I think they're pretty cool. Yeah, so I have a drawer full of that. But they no longer exist besides the ones I have. And we have just, this is my drawer of like budget watercolor paper. So like Gen Crafts and different things, Academy, my Legion drawer, and then the bottom drawer is all plates and trays and things of that nature. Boop. All right. Was there anything on this wall that y'all wanted to see? Because I have a camera close by that I can put the annoying camera down and show you. If there's any books y'all wanted to see. This is really cool. These are some pieces that I just love. This was a skull that I got in Utah at one of my favorite like shops where she had all sorts of reclaimed items, and it's 2 pieces. Love her. This, oh, I love this. In this shop, I would buy things and I would keep the tags on them. This is, let's see, yeah, 1980s earth pigment painted rawhide parfait laced with buckskin. And I'm trying to think, was this, do they hang it on the horse? I have to look up what a parfait is. But anyway, I would keep these handwritten tags so I could remember what they were. Like, I don't know if you see close, but there's a tag on her as well. This is a tree of life. I displayed that. It's from the same shop. I displayed that at my husband and my 10-year wedding renewal. And then, of course, forget rules, forget right, remember joy. Because always, let me see. I feel like I am missing comments. This hanging plant is paper. Y'all, this is paper. This is from the Green Vase. You can follow her on Instagram, literally, the Green Vase. It's a geranium. And she does these sweet little, like this was number 23. So it's like signed. It's basically like a numbered piece. Isn't that pretty? Love it. So she's paper. I'll give you a little. So this is the one side of the studio. I can show you this cabinet here. I can show you what's going on in there. Let me ask though, is this like me walking around in the shaky camera? Is that driving y'all nuts? Let me know. Oop, what am I doing? What books inspire me? So many. Do them again. Wait, do what again? I'm sorry, I'm missing comments so bad. Maybe that was the, yeah. I think it's very mini pearl of me. It's very mini pearl of me. So I love the Botanical Bible. This boo-boo here. Because you've got just gorgeous reference photos, but then you also have like cool like other types like renderings. I mean, you've got all sorts of information. Different artists. There's Monet, Giverny. I think this book If you've never been like an inspiration book type of person, this one would be one to have. I believe it's in my Amazon favorites link in the description here. Another one that I love a lot that I find myself going back to. Let me find it. Where'd it go? It might not be here. Is this what? Oh my gosh, yes. I love this book. And my books that inspire me changes. This is the work of Watteau. And it's a lot of sketches in here. I've talked about this book before. And it shows the sketches in how he was kind of preparing for the final piece of artwork. And then it would show the final artwork. And I'm so much more in love with the sketches. So, like, look. Isn't that incredible? Just the character of the lines, how he's creating depth. Oh, look at that. Very inspiring. Smudges, cross-hatching, just simple mark making. And you've got a little bit of an arch in the forehead, you know, like a little bit of a, and so very fascinated by this since last year. The simplicity of some of the line weight in his hat, for example, creates so much character and so much interest. So this is another book. So look up Watteau. Even like this image on the cover, like, come on. What? I mean, when you really look at the lines, what's going on here? It's so incredibly simple, but he has such an understanding of form and shadow and value that, oh. I do love this book just because I absolutely love this artist's style. Sorry, this is the pilot. This is all the artwork that sold on Palmstreet. It has to be signed. So the Madhu S, Vibrant Watercolor Birds. I go back to this again and again and again because I love how she breaks down form and her use of color. Yeah, so that's another one. All of these, y'all. The Watteau book, I don't believe is available in the US, but all of those are incredibly inspiring. Does anybody want to see my pin collection that I need to hang? My art-themed pins, let me know. I can show you those. Let me check in with comments. Sorry, this is shaky. Everything's shaky. Yes. Oh, you got your brain on art. That's amazing. I'm enjoying it so much. Is that cross stitch or needlepoint embroidery? Up there? I don't know the difference. This is a piece I got to decorate with for our 10-year anniversary. And then I did watercolor ground on the frame and did a watercolor painted frame. Yep. And this leaf is starting to sunstress. I have a hard time getting my leaves to sunstress. Like this one was so beautifully sunstressed, and then the sunstress stopped. It was like purple, like lavender, like kind of like that leaf. Ooh, I think she needs water. Again, my plants have been just like so water needy, I guess because of all the heat. Anywho. Okay, let me see if anybody wanted to see pins. Cross stitch, okay. Oh, my pins. No, oh, okay. Yeah, well, it kind of is like a pin, like a embroidery hoop, right? But it's a pin board. These are all like my kind of like illustrative black and white. These are inkwell jars with characters on them. I only collect art themed pins, if you couldn't have guessed. I'm just going to show them. These are all my Illustrator. Look at this. Look at, wait, how does it work? I forget. This moves. There it goes. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? And Donald and Mickey and everybody's drawing, and it's just so happy and lovely. I love it. They make me laugh. Roger Rabbit is illustrating, for heaven's sake. All right, this is another illustrating. This is more like my sketch drawing board. It's like pieces of paper with sketches of the characters, and then these are little notebooks. This series is called Off the Page, and it's like a painted scene and then a drawn scene with a brush and a pencil. I mean, come on, so cute. So these two characters are just, they've got a pencil or a brush in their hand. So like I said, I'm a weirdo. This is the, what do they call them? The ink jar. So there's like a zillion of them, and I'll never have them all, but aren't they cute? I love the ink jars. And then Mickey is painting the sign. I'm such a weirdo. This one is like, I don't know yet. This was cool. This was a 100 series, and they asked 100 artists, each of them to represent Mickey in their style. And then the pin collection, it was 100 pins, and it didn't sell, so they broke up and sold them individually. So there's 100 of them. See? 100 Mickeys. And then isn't this one cool? Look at. That's probably one of my favorite pins in my entire collection. Then we've got random painting themed pins. Of course, Rapunzel, because she's a painter. All sorts of randomness. Toulouse is always painting. These are cool. These are like an artist spotlight series. So they're all designed by a specific artist. There's Toulouse again. Hi, Toulouse. Sorry, I'm not seeing comments. If you're telling me to stop, this is boring. I'm not seeing it. This is, it's like a swoosh, a paintbrush swoosh with a brush. So that's why I'm collecting those. Super cute. Donald carrying paint cans, Mickey carrying a big roll of paper. And then this is the ink and paint collection. Ink and Paint is the original hand-drawn studio illustration or animation studio, and there's only like 4 people in the world that still do the ink and paint style, where basically there's an illustrator, they draw, and then the ink and paint team goes in and inks or paints inside the ink lines. So it's, these pins are all in that style, ink and paint. Well, thank you for tolerating that. There's some artwork my son did, Baymax. If you haven't noticed, I'm a maximalist, my friends. All right, let's see the comment section, for heaven's sake. It's probably off the rails. I know. We do bond. You do, Maggie? That's so cool. Thank you, Maggie. I know. I have plenty of plants that have sun stress, but then there's some plants that are so resistant, and I know I have to like cut down on the nitrogen, and I might be over fertilizing, so then I cut back on the fertilizer, and they're just, I have T8s, I have T5s, I have supplemental light out the yin yang. Don't know. All right, I didn't miss that many. Okay. Earthquake in Utah? Which part of Utah? What? I'm just gonna show you around here. This is the other end of the studio. This is like my main cart. So I always have my water container here. I have my Sharpie markers, all of my brushes. You're getting a peek at the new brush, one of the new brush sets I'm working on. It's still a synthetic bristle, but it has, they're finer bristles, but more densely packed. So it still has the spring and the bounce and the snap, not quite as much because it's softer, but it holds more water. So this is what we're experimenting with. Whole new set. You can kind of see, you can even tell it's softer. Anywho, my favorite pens at any given moment I store here. And then I have like my woody, my Stabilo woodies, my Stabilo brush pens, just different water soluble mark making tools. And then palettes. This is a little gouache palette that I have that I like to have here. Mixing palettes galore. I have them stored very poorly. I always have clips. Got my little leaves to peel off my watercolor blocks. All sorts of clips because they come in handy so often. My sprayer, which I usually just hang right off the side there. This is all paper towels. Oh, this is another book. I don't know why this is here. This is another book that I absolutely think you should have. A Garden Eden, and I'm sure you've seen so many artists work from this. I know Tammy Kay works from this. Our friend is she in Australia? Oh, I forget her name right now. Crystal Tan. I'm probably butchering that, but this is a fabulous book to have. I'm going to put it back here where she belongs, because what the heck. But that is another one that I would highly recommend you having. And then down here are paintings that are unfinished that I have ideas for. Yeah, and they're just stacked haphazardly because, yeah, that's how I roll. I've got two just miscellaneous cups of things that I use fairly often. This is my little, look at all of my Art for Joy's Sake palettes. I rotate them. No pun intended, but yeah. My little baby scissors down here, palette knives. I've got cough drops because I often need them. I've got my pastilles when my throat is super, super awful. Stickers when I like to have these on the ready. Like if I'm styling my painting area, I'll use stickers. This is my current filming project. I am working on my course. Right now, I think we're almost at 10 hours of content. So I always have like a little planning journal, the paper I'm using, the brushes I'm using. In fact, let me reorg this. I just like to have it all in one place. I've been using, like, these are the supplies for the course. Very simple. A pencil. So keep it all in one place. Let's check comments. Hi, Linda. Yeah, staying organized is hard. Yeah, it's like an IKEA cart. The cart I just showed you was from Pier 1 when Pier 1 imports was still a thing. What about Sarah Renee? What happened? What happened? What's the matter? I'm overrun with carts. I have another cart over here. This one's a cheapo plastic one, but it works. These are all things that I've received and need to review. Yeah. That I really, like, I need to make content of, essentially. Yeah. My watercolor markers, I always have them at the ready. This is my other canvas light phone mount. This is the one I use for the B-roll. If you ever see like an angled shot in my videos, it's through this one. I'm not able to use it right now because this mount broke and I just ordered one last night to replace it. These are all of my swatches. I've been trying to swatch all my paints and I keep them in this little folio that I got. I think this is another Temu special. So some of my swatches are pretty and some are not. This is a fun one. Izzy Watercolors. I just have fun with my swatches, and as long as I know where the vast majority of them are, I'm happy. Oh, they're cementy. Yep. These are all done. This one was done cool with my swatch set. This is a fun one. You can see all the different ways you can use the swatch stamping swatch set. The Korean markers. Oh yeah. Sometimes I swatch right on what's provided. What else is in here? Oh, here's another fun. This is the super granulators from Kiritake. I think the first set. Have fun with your swatches, y'all. Have fun with your swatches. Yeah. Let me give you a good view of the painting table. This is the painting table where I work most often. All right. She's a flexi spot, so she goes up and down, up and down. I've got my third monitor here so I can see your comments during typical lives. This is like my little inky, like pigment salt on the ready type of situation here, and also some stickers. Different kind of stickers. These are not my stickers, so I keep them separate. Did y'all see this? Did I do this? No, I showed this. I painted this as a warm-up. When did I use this as a warm-up? I think during my Patreon live stream last week. So, fun. Let's see. Okay, over here I'm going to try to put this down, so bear with me. It's going to get bumpy. If you get seasick, just hold on. Let's see. Where can I put you? Nope. There we go. Where can I put you? What do y'all want to see? Do you want to see what's in the cabinet? Do you want to see... Can't wait to get my Irene. Thrifty, I still can't believe. I'm glad it's a little chaotic. Get on the Magic Kristy bus. I'm trying to get caught up with the comments. No, I have Little Mrs. Portrait. It's up on this wall. I rotate artwork that folks have sent me. I should put it in her room. That way it doesn't have to be part of my artwork rotation up here. Need to get a frame. All right. Okay, she's stopping the planners. Oh. Wonder why. Am I planning? Oh yeah, Brittany. Unless it's an like pristine set, which it rarely is, they get booted. I actually have a video. It's called the Frankenstein palette, where because I save. Well, I had saved from all of my vintage palette collections. I saved all those little paint chips, those old paint chips, and I turned them into a Franken palette, and I reconstituted them, mold them, and put them in squeeze bottles and filled pans with them. So you can go check out that video, the Franken palette. Yes. So no, I put my own paints in there. Yeah. I miss Pier 1 too. Yeah. Oh no, Pamela. That sucks. That sucks. Oh, she took a loss on... Yeah, that's hard because you get inventory, and inventory is risky. Yeah. What is that stuff, the dry watercolor powder stuff, and how do you use it? You can pick it up on a dry brush and sprinkle it, like tap the brush on another and let it sprinkle over like damp paper, and it creates really cool backgrounds. You can literally pick a very small amount up with a damp brush and then just paint with it. And it usually creates like cool, like granulating, like color separating or textured effects. All right, what's in the cabinet? Let's switch over to what's in the cabinet. Okay. I need to make some room. Boop, boop, boop. Na, 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 na. I think I'm going to remove this one for now. And then we're going to make that one bigger. What's happening? Come on now. There we go. All right. What do we think? Oh, I never plugged that one in. How's my battery doing? Oh, you booger brain. Okay. Battery. I have to keep an eye on her. All right. Okay, we're gonna do this. You ready? Y'all ready for this? All right, y'all. It's not impressive. I'm an organizer light. Like everything has a place and I know where it's at, but I am not one of those like aesthetic organizers just for the sake of like buying extra bins I don't need. Okay. So, you know, just let's keep it real. Huh? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. All right. Now I got these from Temu. These are delightful little boo-boos. They are delightful. You get like 3 in a set, and they're just little plastic drawers, and they fit here almost perfectly. It gives me a little extra room up here. So I have many of those, many. And then these are cute too. They're shallow. I have one that I pulled out. It's over on my cart with my Sharpie acrylic markers, but organized markers by type. Regular Sharpies. What was this one? I don't know. I think these are Temu as well. These are just rando like non-fine art marker type things. All right. What happened? Where'd you go? What did you do? What did you do? Yeah, I need a little bit of a reorgan here. Oh, it fell backwards. Super. So behind there, I have like empty containers that I haven't used yet because these are so shallow. That's my only complaint. Look how shallow they are, but they do click into one another. Oh, speaking of Franken palette, here, I think it's probably all dried in there, but here were the bottles that I filled with the paint from the Franken palette. Thrifty, I don't know if you can find that link to the Franken palette video, and I don't know if when you refreshed, you had the ability to, to be the full mod, but those boxes sold on Temu as shoe organizers. Yeah. Right? It's funny. This is artwork that the kids have done. I store it in here, just in this little space. And then I don't know if y'all can see, but this is where I put artwork that y'all have sent me. Goes on the doors. And then here's this door. Whoop. Hopefully you can see that. Up and down. That's it. All right. Yeah. So glad this is going to be edited because holy moly. All right. I've got my Ecoline watercolor markers are here, back here in this little boop. I always, oh my gosh, this is my palette from like my first watercolor palette ever. How funny is that? And then what are these? These are Caran d'Ache Luminance colored pencils, right? So that's that jar. This is just random. This is random. Little pencils and watercolor pencils in here. What's behind there? Just some gesso. More clear Oh, I see. I love these clear bins. These are all my Winsor & Newton watercolor markers. Super cute. Here's another remnant of a magic tote. Paper in there. I took the rest of the stuff out. But these are just all my little totes. This is another magic tote. This is a big one. This has all the things. All the things. I mean, it's probably like 4 pounds. That's one that I used to have in my car, but I have my purse in my car, so I kind of did away with that one. Y'all, these bins are all of my products at various levels. So this is a bin full of those new soft bristle brushes, all the samples that I get to work from. I'll give you a peek at how this works. I'm going to move this back. This is not in a good spot anymore. I thought that was going to work, but it doesn't. Again, editing. So they send me samples. And of different sizes and different thicknesses, and they label them. So like 14, 4, and I could be like, well, yeah, I like the 4, but I want the bristles, the thickest point of the bristles to be longer. Like I want it to stay thick for longer. I want an elongated shape. These are the kind of conversations we have, you know? So it's fun, but they send me handfuls and handfuls and handfuls of stuff. And then we build it from there. There is no like high-tech science to it. It's all person communicating with person, sketches, measurements. It's wild. So yeah, I use these bins to store samples, prototypes. See, this is full of the Art for Joy's Sake and Free from Fear. So these are very, very early prototypes. Speaking of ink and paint, look at this tin. This was a art set that I got on eBay, and I just wanted the tin. I just wanted the tin because I'm going to do something with it. I mean, it could be a really big palette. I mean, look how shallow it is. Isn't it darling? But it's ink and paint, you know, like the animator studio. So anywho, yes, I'm Psycho. Hi, my name is Kristy. I have gone a little far with the whimsy seeking. This is my bin for all of my palette stuff. So I'll be digging into this soon. Like literally, okay, let me show you. So when I was developing the custom colors, they send me a big chunk of the paint. First time, first try. This was the first formulation. Like it is so not. Here's another one. Here's the titanium buff. First time, and it was too dark, too green, too olive. Yep. This one. Second time. Real high tech. Real high tech. Yeah. So I've never showed this stuff before. That's how we develop a palette. And I was looking, I found the handle. Handle fell off that box I just showed you. And I just found it. Super dupes. This has never made it out into the world. These are my prototypes for my watercolor markers. I had little, I mean, y'all, some of y'all might not even have seen this. I got to show you. The little package, the packaging for it is just darling, but I want a pigment-based watercolor marker. And the minimum investment's like 20,000 sets, and I can't do it. But look at how cute it would have been. And we even got down to, like, look at double-sided. The Wonder Brush pen, that's what we were going to call them. It's got my logo on it. Aren't they cute? I know. But I don't think it's ever going to happen unless you guys would be okay with a dye-based marker, but I don't know. Here was the other little possibility for the container. Cute, right? So, I know, I'm trying, but it's been on the back burner because every time I'll get in touch with them every couple of months and just be like, yeah, that's going to stay right there. Yeah, I'll get in touch with them every couple of months and see if they'll reconsider, and they just don't. I could do pre-orders, but literally, like, they need me to order 20,000. There's no way y'all are going to order 20,000. Do you know what I mean? It takes me like a year and a half to sell 5,000 of the palettes. So, yeah. Oh, please. I mean, well, that revealed another ink and paint box. And this one has my case for making, I'm reworking my case for making palette. And it's, I think I'm going to put it in the ink and paint box. Yeah, you know what just fell? My big Schminke palette. And it had all sorts of stuff on it. Anywho. But you know what? That's pretty typical for me. So I am unfazed. I am unfazed. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, would we want dye-based markers? You can get a dye-based marker anywhere. I mean, as far as I know, the only other watercolor marker on, you know, Zig Clean Colors are dye. Winsor & Newton's the only one that's doing pigment. And I wanted to do pigment. Pigment! Ah! These are all the prototypes when I was developing the collapsible painter's pot. These were color prototypes. We were gonna go nuts with color, but I decided to go non-nuts. Yeah. This is a little brush holder I haven't revisited this project in a long time, but like a telescoping brush holder. But I don't want the brushes just to be loose inside of it because then they rub up against each other. So I had to design a custom insert that have little like silicone brush openings so they could kind of sit in there, and it wasn't working. So, you know, nothing's ever off the table, but sometimes things just have to wait. There's so many shifting priorities in designing product. It's sometimes absolutely maddening. I have a little, look at this. One of my little containers is full of cut up parts of paintings. So do this for yourself. Cut up those paintings and make a little container. I got a container of microns and more Sharpies apparently. This is like tools, screwdrivers, razor blades, color wheel, pastels, pan pastels, these little boo-boos. Yeah. So I'm fairly organized, but it's like chaos around the organization. Right? Does that make sense? I think it does. I think it does. All right, let me put these back. I'm going to show you. And the other thing I love is I love mixing. It's really important to me. What is this? What is, oh, I think this is a blower for my keyboard, which if you saw my keyboard, you'd know I clearly never use. I love mixing like the clear containers, super like function first, with like cute like pottery stuff. That is my jam, even on the interior of cabinets where nobody's gonna see anything except me. I like mixing like little baskets along with my clear bins. You know what I mean? Like that's my jam. I think I need to leave these out. I should do something with these eco lines. I haven't done. I have a video that I did like 3 years ago. We're gonna put these out in place of the Zig Clean Colors for a while. I'm gonna put the Zig Clean Colors back in here. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but I am. So I'm gonna keep going. with the talking like this. I have books in here because I am just straight up out of room for books. These are all like my color pencils, my Inktense block, anything that has a tin that's nice and stackable, I stack them in here, like books. That's what I do there. Yeah. Heat gun, don't use it. So, bottom shelf is going to be hard to see. Ooh, but maybe not. Hello. Hello. Hi. Okay. That was something, making you guys ill. This is fun though. I want to show you a couple things down here. Okay, I'm on the floor. My palette. Oh my gosh. It's not good back there. All right, what are y'all saying? Because I'm not looking at comments and I must be making a fool of myself. Yes, the painter's pots are amazing for other things. 100%. Okay, so I have randomness down here, but what this was meant for originally, I have like cord covers because I can't stand cords. I hate seeing cords. But, oh, I bought this, the paint puck, when I was designing mine because I was freaking out that the silicone was staining, but there's stains too. So this is some of my, if I get products in from a collaboration, like I did a illustrative collaboration with Bon Mamo, the jam, you know, the jam. Yeah, this is all my illustrations. So I'll put them down there. Aren't they cute? Oh, I should open it because there's so much more on the inside. Do you want to see it? Oh wait, this one's open. All right, y'all, you have to see this. So on the rare occasion, because I have a license, I have a licensing team. On the rare occasion, I do get samples. I put them in that right down there. But you would think you would get samples more often. You do not. You do not. This Bon Maman project was privately done, though. This was not with my, licensing people. Anyway, this is the box, and then it opens up, and it has a little scene. Can you see that? So fun. This was a fun project. Super fun. It was quite laborious. Lovely company, but very exacting, as they should be. So cool. I love that jam. It's like my favorite jam. Such good jam. I'm going to need to get plugged in here soon. Let's see. Some pillow covers that I had my artwork was licensed to. Pillow shams. I don't know where these ever were. Sometimes you don't know. It's hard to connect the dots, like you sign a contract and then it's like, well, was it in Home Goods? Was it in some rando store? Another pillowcase. So, but they were somewhere. This isn't all of my licensing stuff that I have samples of. Some of it I give away. This one's really pretty. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous fabric that it was done on. Yeah. So it sucks though, because like I'd love to be able to be like, hey guys, I think my stuff is in Home Goods. They don't tell me. It sucks. What is this one? This was they don't tell me. So basically like a company bought my artwork and put it on this ceramic coffee mug. This brand was Cypress Home. And I have tried, and it came in this cute box. So many years I've tried to be like, can you please tell me when something is in the stores? We'll try. Because you know I'll be running my jiggly behind to that store to do a whole, like, remember when I was in Michael's and I was like, I don't see my books. I don't see my books. And y'all were like, they're right there, Kristy. I know, I love the mug too. Anywho. How is that not on your better stuff? I have a weird thing about my own artwork in my house. It's just, it creeps me out. It's just like weird. Like nobody, like, cause I have this thing that like people are gonna think I'm conceited or have too big for my britches or blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I just don't go there. It makes me uncomfortable. One of my little tins, y'all saw my Christmas one. It is shortbread cookies from France. And I didn't even really like the cookies, but I bought all the tins because I wanted the tins. I have a green one, I have a pink one, I have a light pink one, and I have the purple one. And they're all in use except for the purple because, as you know, purple is my least favorite color. All right, so that's that cabinet, y'all. It's super functional. It's super functional. While I'm down here, I think I need to plug in. Hold on. Thank goodness for flexibility. Is it obvious to you yet, y'all, that I do not care about making a fool of myself in broad daylight public? I'll be crawling around the floor, doing what I need to do here. All right, let's plug her in. Hey, is that smudgy? Okay. Anywho, these are my paints. Let me see the comments. But yeah, you spy pans on the floor. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm scared to see the full scope of what happened. But I do know those Schminke pans were not in magnets. They were glued in, thank the Lord. I have no problems with y'all hanging your art. It is just a me thing, and it is a problem. All right. These are my like Crayola's student grades. This is like, yeah, Mondo Llama, Crayola, Artist Loft. These are like a step up. So like Gen Craft, Komarebi, you know the Komarebi set from Mozart's. This is actually a gouache. It's opaque. It's Angora, made in Germany. I didn't know really where to put that. Derwent. This is like, Paul Rubens. And the cute little, isn't that cute? Paul Rubens opera set, all their fluorescents. Mungayo. So all that is in here. Paul Rubens. Koi. So that's, what is this one? Oh, this is Caran d'Ache semi-moist gouache. This travels well and it re-wets almost to feel like out of the tube gouache. So I travel with that one. That one will be going with me to Italy in April for sure, because I like to have gouache when I'm traveling for sure. Then I have two handmade watercolor. Actually, these are all my new Senneliers. That is not handmade. That goes in the professional bin, and that's why it's down here, because the professional drawer is full. But I have so many handmades. Oh my gosh. So many. I have a whole tour of my handmades, so you can check that out. I'll try to remember to put the link in the description. These are the new, that's the other thing. I almost feel like I need a vintage drawer because I have a lot of cool, like this is Grumbacher Schminke. So I feel like I need a vintage drawer. What are these? Mission Pure Pigment. Where does that go? Where does that go? Probably here. I don't know. Does it fit? Abso-flippin-lutely not. So yeah, this needs a reorg. Look at this sweet little palette I got on Etsy. So darling. It fits around your wrist. These are Old Holland paints. And I've used this. It's lovely. Tie it around your wrist. I will be traveling with that. This darling. Let's see. Oh my gosh. This is a mess. These are the, this isn't handmade. These are Supervisions. Hot Mess Express. They're going down here because they're basically student grade. What are these? Oh, these are my, what was this set? Japanese watercolor that looks like, oh, like shadow pink. Everything's shadow. Oh, the Sumi set. That's what that is. But yeah, where does that go? Where does that even go? This is Ruby Mountain. Do y'all know what's going on with Ruby Mountain? Was it Ruby Mountain that's taking a hiatus? Like, does anybody know what's going on? Is it, am I getting that right? Is it Ruby Mountain or somebody else that's like taking a hiatus? And I'm very sad. Regina's is in here. Yeah, so lots of handmaids. Artistic Isle, which one of her colors, the indigo, is on my top 24 convenience colors. Reorg upsizing, yeah. Oh, thank you, Thrifty, for sharing that. Thank you so much. I mean, I guess that's an opinion about supervision, but they're not light fast, but that doesn't make them not professional. I don't know. They're just so unpredictable. And I don't know why they're so, I mean, somebody tell me if I'm off, but when I first started buying supervision, they were so cheap and they have just blown up. So I don't know. Ocean Paper, another Ocean Papers in my top 24. Boku Undo, thank you, was the other set. Thank you, with the shadows and the Sumi. Yeah. So I don't know. I might be completely undereducated on that front. These are more, yeah, like, so Renaissance. Where does Renaissance fit? Professional, probably. This is my mini, these are the Holbein fluorescents, which do not stay in pans to save their lives. My Peerless set is up in the house. This is, oh, I used this recently. Oh my gosh, my tonics just spilled. This is my tonic set. I can hear them spilling all over the place. Can't even. This is my Poems About You set. There's a whole video about this. I reviewed these. Lovely, lovely to paint with. They're like the most delicious semi-transparent paints I've ever painted with, is how I would describe them. What is this? These are from I painted with these for a while. Handmade Paint Maker. I can't remember the name if somebody can help me. This is this also Ruby Mountain? Is that Ruby Mountain? It's like the sea, something ocean inspired. Can't remember. Who does? Artex blocks, and they use Lightwish as a distributor. Who does? Supervision? Okay, so tell me why has their price, they used to be a student price, and now they are like insanely expensive. I don't get it. Yeah, when I first started buying supervision, blew my mind. Anywho, the transition, the evolution blows my mind. So y'all listen to Thrifty on supervision, not to me. Okay? Okay. And these are all my professionals. And this is the heaviest drawer. Bye-bye. Should I go see what that palette looks like? Sisters Ink. Though, yes, these were Sisters Ink. Where'd they go? These are Sisters Ink. Thank you. And I love them. Juicy, creamy. The like skin tone set is so good. So good for dreamy, romantic-y stuff. Okay. The formula changes to one that is more light fast and uses higher quality pigments. That's why the price went up. Okay. So helpful. Thank you, Thrifty. That is making sense. I'm going to just take a peek back here because I can't help myself. I really hope that didn't break. How is it that they didn't break? My little palettes didn't break. I'm so happy. And I told you these baddies were glued in here. My Schminka, she's pretty much intact. It's like these paints know they better keep it together or they'll get the boot. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. How we doing, friends? Is this annoying? Is this fun? Is this, I mean, I guess if it were annoying, you'd already be gone. So there's that. Cannot wait to see the edit on this situation. I'm going to go and just show you the rest of the studio, which is mostly plants and original storage. What did I drop back here? Basically everything. Well, we certainly aren't putting that where it was. Aw, heck nah. Oh, I'm afraid if I don't go get that now, I'm going to forget that it's back there. And I don't want to forget that it's back there. Okay. Let's just look at comments for a minute. Fun learning experience. Okay, good. I know there's a bunch here today, which is amazing. Okay, Paris. Yeah, if anybody ever, I am happy to be your guinea pig's not the right word. You know what I mean. Jelly bean. You know what I mean. Happy to be. Okay? Okay. All right, I am going to be heading over there. But I am going to go crawl under the desk and get that really nice pen that went down with the Schminka, because if I don't get it, it will be lost forever because my brain will not remember where it fell, and I'll be sad because I'll think I have lost it. I am currently under the desk. I need to vacuum. Very obviously. Need to vacuum. But okay, I'm up. I'm back up. All right, y'all. I'm heading over to the place. See me? I'm coming. I'm coming. What is this one doing? What is this? What is this? Oh, I took this out. Okay, cool. All right, what do we want to see over here? What do we want to see? All right, I'm plugged in. That's good. Why is that so big? I don't know. Okay. So over here, I have, see if I can get a better angle. Over here is my living wall, which has nothing to do with art supplies, but it has everything to do with inspiration. I want to show you my living wall a little bit better. So let me see if I can get this boo-boo back online. Linda, I'm glad it's fun. Does anyone know what would cause watercolor to sink into the paper and then the color looks watery? I'm going to let somebody respond to that. I have to go back and get this hooked up. Ooh. Okay. We're going to put the painting cam back on. Add to stage. There I am. Hi. All right. So over here, let me spin around. This is the living wall. I don't know how well you can see that, but she goes all the way up to the ceiling. And then all the way back down. My fiddly fig, my jungle pot of begonias, meaning just all different types of begonias. And then there's my pride and joy, my big old, now she's not a cactus, she's a euphorbia. Jennifer, are you here? I'm about to show you where I have your sign. There's my patio. There's all the snow we have. Look at how much snow we have, y'all. What is wrong with this? Can't see anything. No, I don't want that. Sorry, y'all. Can't see the comments. Super annoying. Anyway, plants galore. Another one of my pride and joy begonias. Can we just have a moment for the sheer massiveness of these leaves? And they're like nautilus leaves. Like, look at this. Do you see the insanity? Do you see the insanity? I'm gonna have to flip this around to read the comments. All right, Jennifer, I'm about to show you where your thing is. 70 in Texas. Stop bragging. Stop bragging. Oh yeah, maybe the sizing. Yeah, that makes sense. All my Hoyas. And then here's where Jennifer's sign is. Jennifer, I thought I was going to paint it, but so far I don't want to paint it. And it looks so pretty against the snow. So that's where she is right now. I originally was going to put her above that door and paint her white. But there's something about the light coming through it. I don't know. I don't know. Did you see it? That's where she is. Yeah. So I think she looks so pretty there behind all my babies. This is a pot of gold, latifolia, Hoya. I don't know. It's somewhere. Hoyas are constantly being renamed. This is fun for y'all to see. Can you see that well? These are all the projects from the course that I'm building. All the projects. This is what I'm calling a lollipop flower. It's a lesson in glazing. Oh my gosh, all the paper towels are falling out. All right. So one last cabinet over here. Oh, you got to see Mickey and Donald. Mickey, artist Mickey and Donald, sculptor Donald. You know, so important. So important. I mean, when I'm right, I'm right. This is the last cabinet. I do have, I have drawers. This is where I store artwork that I just am not actively thinking about. But it's unfinished, but I'm not actively planning for anything with it. And it's organized by type. So pattern, you know, botanical. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff in here. Oh, this is more like a little, like fussy, detail-y type stuff. But yeah, that's something my daughter drew that got thrown in here. But active artwork needs something, needs a lot or a little of something. This is all pattern stuff, swatching type stuff that I use and reuse and cut up and all that kind of jazz. These are very detailed botanical pieces. This is a series I started when I was in the Netherlands years ago and I never finished. And I desperately want to finish them. This is the closest any of them got to being finished. It was inspired by the old masters, the Dutch masters I was seeing, and they did these. This is actually, it's supposed to be hung. They're called, oh, there's a name. It's like a gathering of flowers and ribbons on a brass ring, or there's a name for it, and I've completely forgotten the name. Here's another one that just, here's one. This one, I did one of these in each of the cities. This was one I did in the botanical gardens. We were somewhere and there was a botanical garden. That's what this one was inspired by. I want to finish these so bad. So that's what this drawer is, more detailed botanical work. Like you can see, at least detailed for Kristy. And then landscapes. Again, all undone, all various levels of realism, all various media. That was a hyacinth field. That was a video here on YouTube's. And then these are floral, but like, that's just random floral. This was breaking down how to paint poppies or peonies in different ways. And then people and animals and fruits and veg. So, is that showing? Is that down enough? Yeah. Okay. Now, cabinet. More bins. These, oh y'all, this is my painting, my series that's still in progress. The Wonder and Wander collection. First layers on all these. These have 3 layers. I'm hoping around Mother's Day to launch this bad boy. Pigment salts, anything pigment salty, clear bins. This is all Corrine markers, and then this is what are these? Tinted watercolor, so like graphite, tinted graphite, like water soluble graphite. I have more of my canvases that I'm using for this collection. Oh, I actually think there's more of these. Sorry for the ride I'm taking you on, y'all. More of the paintings are here. They're all there, partially finished. Actually, I'm going to put this on a stand and I can show you all this at a better angle, I think. How's that looking? Now you see my leg. Who wants to see my stinking leg? Okay. So these are also partially done for the collection. Oh my gosh, here we go. Is that gonna work? Yep. They're gonna be all different colorways. So those are like the reds. They're all different. They're gonna have about 7 or 8 layers on each. And this is a Wonder and Wander collection inspired by my parents' home, which was my childhood home that they sold last year. It was a very emotional time for me, and it was a very long, drawn-out process. But the collection is all about how the places we inhabit us. And this was inspired by my parents' dahlia garden because it was one of the, in a lot of ways, that dahlia garden felt very much like a room in our home. So these will hopefully become available around Mother's Day. There's going to be about 100 of them available. A printer I don't use. And then I love this drawer so much. Great little storage. Again, I juxtapose, like I have baskets and things that are textured and fun, but then I have clear, very utilitarian storage. These are all my acrylic gouache. And don't laugh, but these are all half pans that no longer have a home. These are old, wait, what are these? Renaissance. These are Renaissance that aren't in a palette that I need to get back in a palette. This is what ends up happening when I switch out, like when a collection becomes too big. And I need to move it, and I didn't find a new home for it yet. These, I think, are my old original formula. Actually, what are these? They say MG on them. They're not M gram. What the heck are these? What would MG be? Mission Gold. Yeah, these are my old original formula Mission Gold. Wow, brain, engage. And okay, now don't laugh. These are all the blue watercolors that I couldn't figure out where they belonged after the all blue watercolor challenge. Don't laugh at me. They will probably forever live there. And then what do we have in here? We have acrylic gouache, but Turner brand. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at, y'all. You can see that's where my dogs like to lay on that cute couch. And yeah, I mean, my studio isn't fancy, but she's loved and she's highly used. And yeah. Sorry, laughing. You remember that all blue video? Yeah. And I worked so hard to get those all back, and I can't. Those are the ones I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. Yeah, it's okay. I am just looking at the comments. Oh, yay. Just watching the palettes. Loving the ride. Yep. Festoon. Yes. It's a festoon. So I started this festoon series and I absolutely love my festoons. And it's always something. This course right now, like, it is all that I'm working on, except for little bits of content here and there and talking with manufacturers here and there. It's all I'm working on. Like yesterday it was a whole day of writing scripts, and then tomorrow is a filming day. And then I have to wrap it up next week. It has to get done next week, but it has to be good, it has to be valuable, and it has to be, the way I'm doing the course is I am making sure that it speaks both to super beginners, but also returners to watercolor. I want it to be versatile. So yeah, and there's all sorts of like downloadables and printables and checklists and be kind to yourself exercises and things that have to get designed. And oh my gosh, so much. That's right. I worked on the festoon for the Ukraine fundraiser. Thank you. That's right. That's right. Oh, I know. My husband hates anything that like feels 70s. So like golds, greens, velvet. I'm like, honey. And it is so comfy. And it cost me like $5. I have been doing a beginner gouache course for 2 years. I might get it finished one day. Yeah, and I'm under contract. So I'm under contract. Like I'm working with a company that helps with production and making, so I'm under contract to get it done. Yeah, it's like me in that granulating, that epic granulating video that I like literally interviewed Izzy for when I was in the Netherlands. I still have that footage. I've used part of that footage for other videos. I interviewed, is it Kelsey from 31 Purple Fish for that video 2 years ago. Coming up on 3. Yeah. So that video is clearly not under contract. All right, friends, this was such a blast. Chaotic at best. I don't know. Hopefully it was fun. Oh, I'll show you one more thing that's fun for organizing. Got to get up off the floor. Super cute. Let me turn it around. And I'm missing one of the drawers. I think Kristen has it up the studio, but it's like a little fitting drawer for like electricians or something. So I keep stuff in there too. Like there's all my Da Vinci's and some washi tape. So I really love the juxtaposition of different, this is just like charging cords and stuff. But I love, love, love the juxtaposition of different types of storage. Yeah. Anywho, I think that's all she wrote. It's a small room. It's a long, skinny room, but I love it. I love it out here. I'm happy out here. It doesn't steal my joy. It fills my joy cup. So it used to be tan and pine wood, so it was repainted. Stop it, Thrifty. Thank you so much for your help in the last couple of, I broke the 3,000 sub mark after 5 years. Yes. If you haven't subscribed to Thrifty's channel, do it now. I have cobwebs hanging from my fingers. Do it now. Okay? Yeah, do it now. So thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna go tidy up a bit, give you another look at the living wall. Let me show you a leaf that I am so proud of. This is an anthurium. Don't ask me what kind. But look at my head. Look at the leaf. Look at my head. Look at the, she's huge. And then this is the next leaf. It got broken, so she's even bigger. They get bigger as they come out. Each leaf can get bigger. This one, it's cool though. It got broken, but it's like scalloped. So I don't mind it. She's fun. And look at these strappy boo-boos. Look, this is like 5 feet long. Like what? Plants are cool. Plants are cool. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Reflections. Oh, I'm glad I filled your joy cup. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye. See you next week.